guys. Welcome in. Um, okay. Today I got very shaken up this morning, and my energy is low right now. But I guess I'm gonna speak about my story. Got pulled to. And I'm hoping that it's going to tie in with the cards. Okay, so I don't want to. I struggle with this because I felt like at one point I felt like I was like oversharing information, and then I started to see this different like I'm a little bit out of it, so I'm gonna try to stay on track. I can't eat when I'm like this, so I'm just lightheaded a little bit. So I gave all this information in the beginning because I recognized that I was like needing to be heard, wanting to be heard, like just kept this glimmer of hope that like it was almost a little bit of that like that savior, like or I guess more of the damsel, like looking for the savior, like a little bit of like that, hoping that someone was gonna like show up, or not even to show up, but like I was just gonna Soul Tribe was just gonna collaborate like with the Horn, and they were all just gonna come together. And I mean, honestly, that would be really cool. And then and with everything that I was going through and like walking away from people and being in isolation and stuff, so it's been like mentally, it's been real scary sometimes. Like anyway. So like kind of the background of my situation is that a few years back, I was living with my mom. We struggled. It was really it was tough making it work. That would be a separate thing. But anyway, she essentially kicked us out. Like she wrote a PowerPoint, got everyone together, kicked me and Teddy out of the house. So she got my dad there, and he was like, okay, and she was like, I need y'all to figure it out. And my dad was like, all right, cool, let's do this. And so then I lived with him we rented a place, and I had a job at this point. Like I was working, I was teaching classes and doing personal training, and like Teddy I took him with me for a lot of it. That was a whole other thing, because this is at the same time, this is when Teddy got diagnosed, and I was getting all these tower moments were happening because we were getting kicked out of daycares and all this craziness was happening. So at some point my dad was like, only a few months after we were renting that place, he was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like let's put a payment down on a house, and let's get something solid. And he was like, we had a chat about it. Like I said, I'm trying to nutshell it because I know all the details aren't that important. But he was essentially like, this will be your place. And this was me and my dad having this conversation. And my dad his credit was not okay, so he couldn't sign. So we pulled my mom in on it. And so my mom, I think I don't know if she took an equity line out. I'm not sure. I can't remember all the details because it was weird. And it really was like the sun, moon, and stars aligned, because we got a really good deal in this place, and it was just everything happened so fast, and it was like right after that COVID happened. It was crazy. It was like weird circumstances. So my mom and I signed, and she made me sign this other paper saying that this place is hers because I'm not affording it right now. And I was living with my dad at first. So he was living here with us for like 2 years, not quite 2 years. And then Teddy, that would be a separate thing, all the school stuff that I went through with my kid. It's been a very intense 8 years. Okay, it's been wild. So, because we tried school, second year we did that, my kid struggled a lot. Like, I wish I had like a way to like send because you'd have to have an IEP meeting if you have a child with special needs, so they can have a para and they can like help you with whatever their struggles are. And so like the meeting that we had was just like crazy because they literally had like nothing good to say, but it doesn't matter because that was a long time ago. But anyways, decided to pull him out of school. We started doing full-time therapy, and we had got people coming and doing therapy in our house. So it was like my dad couldn't really be here. So he moved out, and from that point forward, it's just been us. And I started homeschool, and my mom and my dad and everybody seemed like on board about it, and they're like, all right, cool, like I'm proud of you, and like stuff like this. And but they have essentially been affording our mortgage. They've been splitting the payment, and all of this other stuff happened. And my mom kept trying to like do these weird things where she would try to pull other people in to help with finances and stuff. And I was like I don't want to be a part of this. Like, I don't agree. It was very like lack of integrity to me, and very just not like, and so I then like some other things happened that were done behind my back, and I started to see this sort of like hidden jealousy and this like just kind of, it felt like animosity. Like I was like, my mom would act like she was on board about stuff and that she was on my side. But like anytime I would come up with an idea of something, she would come up against me, like why that wasn't going to work. And then that's the summer before I started doing all this on this channel. My mom went through a really struggle with something with her work. And so she brought my dad over, and she was like, okay, so like we got to figure out something else. And then she was like, I'm going to get this plot of land. I'm going to put this house on it, and Jesse's going to live in this trailer, and she's going to live with me. And I was like, whoa, what? Hold up. Where did this come from? And she brought it, I turned it down like right away. And then she brought it up a couple more times, and I still had to be like, no, like that's not the life that I want to live. And I had already been doing healing work for like a couple of years before this. And I was like, okay, I'm doing my own thing. I'm starting a channel, and I'm going to figure it out. And I don't really know about all the things that potentially are going on in the background. I told my sister about what we're going through, and then she wanted to side with my mom. And they have been helping us financially, but we have pretty much been trucking it completely alone for 2 years with like pretty much no one checking in on us. My dad has checked in on us a few times. He has helped us. And that's pretty much been the situation. So for me, conscious, like my conscience, my mental state has been a wreck. It's been extremely difficult, very scary. And I just kind of wanted to give, I know that I don't even know where we are time-wise. I know that's been a lot. I just wanted to kind of give a background of like, that's not really even the best way to sum it up, but there was another reason too, like why, just because like today I had a breakdown, and we're still in a similar situation where I don't have answers. I ended up blocking my mom and my sister because my mom still was pretending like everything is fine and inviting us to come do stuff. And I was like, no, things aren't fine. Like nothing is fine. And that's my dramatic side. But like at the same time, it's like, no, our needs are not being met. Like there have been many months where I didn't know how we were going to get food, and like me completely being on my own and not having anybody helping us. And I recognize the accountability part of me choosing this and stuff like that. Like all of that's on me. But like as a parent going through it, I'm like, I would never do that to my kid. As much as I hate the fact that I had an explosive reaction, I would never like not check in with my kid. I would never like just leave him and like let him fend for himself and not check in and make sure he's fed and like these types of things. Like I just, that's just how I am. I know going forward, And my kid has, but to me that makes it even more crazy because it's like my kid has extra needs. Like they know that I'm this caretaker for him and stuff like that, and that he like, you know, he has behaviors and stuff. So I think that a lot of it was me wanting to learn certain things, learning some things the hard way, and also not really knowing what I'm getting myself into. And just the lack of like reassurance, I think for me, like there's just things like that with me being just kind of sensitive, like prefer to be Queen of Cups energy, but it's very difficult to be in that space. Like my creative energy is just like not there at all. Like the past couple of weeks, like when I don't feel safe. I wanted to just open up and talk about this because I don't know if I'm ever going to have like a soul tribe that like materializes or like, but I have felt more of that. Like I don't know. I just felt compelled to like come on and give you guys some more background. I'm not unhinged. Like I would like think you had any sort of like, you know, like there would be something merit to what you're saying, but I'm not unhinged at all. Like that's just stupid. So I should just pretend, I should just not speak my truth. I should just just throw it all away. This is the reason that it's so hard to keep going, is the people that come on when you don't have people in your corner and then you have people attacking you on here. So, all right, because this has to all be coming up for a reason, because our star is out here with this 10 of Swords. So it's like you are like, your part of your shining is reclaiming your story, like reclaiming the fact that you've been backstabbed by these people. Because it's like when it's your parent that does this stuff to you, it's like that's lifelong healing now that you're going to have to work through. And some of us didn't wake up to this until your 30s. So, you know, when you're trying to still figure out how to do life. So you're in this High Priestess and this Knight of Wands energy. So even when people don't want to actively, consciously misunderstand you, you're still choosing this sort of righteous, like standing up for yourself journey. All right, we're gonna wrap this up, and I'll just kind of like leave it with me just kind of speaking about my story since he's getting crazy. So I'm getting that your seeds have been planted, and that something with speaking out or like adding the communication to it is gonna help. Teddy, you got to take it down, or it's back room again. Is gonna help it to materialize. And for now, it's like coming back to this magi energy, or this magician. But like, I think that wherever you are in your journey, it's like that knowing that you have what you need within you, and like also around you to pull from, that will kind of help ground you if you're going through a hard time. Teddy, sit down. All right, so haters, you can go live on an island by yourself because you don't do anything for the collective except make us go crazy. That's literally what your job is. So y'all can just go live together and hate on people from afar. All right, I love you guys if you're supportive. I don't love you if you're not. I still send you love, and I hope you find peace, and I hope you learn how to leave people alone, and you learn how to deal with your own problems instead of spewing hate.